Welcome, Liberty Hill fans, to AT&T Stadium and the state championship for Division 5A. Years for a Liberty Hill game, but this is our third state championship for Liberty Hill to call together, and we're 1-1, Greg.
1-1 is not too bad, Tim.
No.
What a beautiful day it is here in Arlington, and as we were talking about it before the game, the cloud coverage, no light shining through the window. And if you're a Liberty Hill fan that listened to the game the last time we were here against Waco La Vega, that light came into play in the game. So I doubt that's going to happen in today's game. And I mean, just you see all the T-shirts around talking about unfinished business, Tim. We're about to make it happen.
So Liberty Hill travels up to Arlington to play in this game against Dallas South Oak Cliff. A Dallas Independent School District team has not won a state championship since 1958, Greg. 1958. It's a long time. And coming up here, there was a lot of talk about it was Liberty Hill against the Dallas-Fort Worth area, thinking we might be outnumbered here. Greg, I'm going to tell you right now, that's not the case.
I mean, depending on which side you sit on, if you're sitting on the Liberty Hill side, the crowd is thick. They did not stay home to listen to us on there. They are here.
And
maybe they have earbuds
here.
I know.
And Ginger has, but she has checked in. But Aunt Ginger's here. And I'm going to tell you right now, the two lower decks of the Liberty Hill side and the South Oak Cliff side are pretty much full. But I will tell you, Greg, I actually think it's a little, at this point, it might be a little, it's about even. It's about even on number of fans on both sides. But you look in the end zones, Greg, there's white. So the South Oak Cliff faithful are in white for the most part, as we hear the Oak Cliff band coming into the stands, and they're right underneath us. Liberty Hill, I mean, that's decked out in purple, Greg. That's really good.
Oh, no, it is. The crowd is carved in half, purple and white, Tim. You're absolutely right. And there are a lot of people here ready to watch the Panthers and the Golden Bears go at it for the state title. The TV is 100. It's, how many feet big is that, Tim? It's gigantic. Look at that.
Greg, you're in the business of big TVs, right?
That's the biggest TV I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's pretty big. And, it's pretty seamless. It's not a bunch of little small screens put together, it doesn't look like.
No, it's
amazing. Pretty good. It's pretty
Spared
good.
No expense.
None whatsoever. Hey, Greg, so this game, again, Liberty Hill finds itself in this game, like they have many times this year and many times in the past, facing a team that is far faster than they are, bigger than they are, stronger than they are. Well, I don't want to say that, but faster, more athletic. They got 2 or 3 Division I commitments on this team, Greg, and Liberty Hill is known as the system. So this is the system going up against, again, the athletes. And these athletes today are on South Oak Cliff team.
And the number one athlete on that side has to be their quarterback, Kevin Jennings. Just signed with SMU, Division I commit quarterback. He's going to be the gas that makes that offense run. And Tim, like you said, athletes all around him. They're gonna line it out, whip it all over the field, and play conventional football, so to speak. We're gonna see you're gonna see the twins right. You're gonna see trips. You're gonna see the power eyes, the sweeps, and just the regular offense that you'd see, out of most teams at this level. I don't know if there's too many teams today, Tim, that are going to play the slot T. This weekend. Liberty Hill is bringing its own brand of offense here to Dallas. And Tim, it's hard to handle if it gets running well.
Rest assured, when South Oak Cliff, there may not be a coach in their staff that's seen this system, right? And so they're starting from scratch. And in the past, all the playoff teams that we faced so far, they've played a team that's run the slot T, including Marble Falls, and that was in the playoffs. There's several teams that have played this in the past. So they have some history of seeing it. But up here in North Texas, Greg, nobody's running that, right? And so this is going to be new for them, and there might be an adjustment period. They're going to get lost. Greg, we talked about it as broadcasters. I've been doing Liberty Hill a long time, and I typically know 95% of the time I know where the ball's at, right? And I've done it so much that I can see it coming. I can see it develop. From up here, it might be a little harder, right? But other broadcasters, sometimes they get lost in the washout of the calling the play because they can't tell either. And imagine being on the field with these players, they can't tell a lot of times where the ball is.
It's always about assignment football. It's about assignment football anytime you play. Yep. But when you're playing Liberty Hill, you better stick to the assignment that you have and make the play that you need to make, because if you don't, this Liberty Hill team will spring one hard on you. And, one of the strengths of this South Oak Golden Bear team are their defensive backs, because they can cover the pass, because they do so well downfield. Literally negated today the strength that South Oak Cliff brings in on that side of the ball. Those guys are going to have to get dirty, come up, stick their nose in, make a tackle, and then they're going to have to get up and do it again. Something they haven't done all year. They've been back. They've been trying to defend passes. They've been having dreams of interceptions at the state championship game. Well, I tell you what, you're going to have maybe a handful of chances to make that happen. And if it's Liberty Hill passing it, there's a good chance that the guy's going to be about 20 yards wide open because they've been running the ball and punching in the face over and over.
Speaking of passes, Greg, we are definitely going to see South Oak Cliff take their shots downfield against Liberty Hill. No doubt, not a question in my mind that we may, this may be a slugfest. We've seen this happen before over and over again where it is just a heavyweight fight of haymakers. Two different types of haymakers, right? You've got the over the top haymaker that South Oak Cliff may do, and then the uppercut haymaker that you might see Liberty Hill do. You're going to see it differently. We may see not only Liberty Hill bust a couple of big runs, we might see South Oak Cliff, we may be calling a couple of really long touchdown passes against Liberty Hill, but they're going to need to also try to get pressure on the quarterback. But with the athletic quarterback that they have, again, Andon Thomas and the linebacker core are going to have to keep their eye on him.
Lloyd Johnson, homecoming king Lloyd Johnson, Hollis Brady, Drake Torno up front. They're going to have to create that pressure and put that on Jennings to make sure that he can get him out of the pocket. You can put some, get some happy feet going on there. When that happens, then it's going to allow Carter, Rocket Hudson, Carlton Schrank, Caden McMahon, also Aiden Burrell, the defensive backs and safeties, make sure that they can get deep, make a play before the play happens, which is really what I'm saying is get into space that's going to help you make that play, the safeties particularly in McMahon and Schrank.
Well, again, I'm super excited to be here, Greg. I will tell you right now, we talked early in the season when this team had its struggles, the first 3 games of the season, maybe 4, wow, we were going, oh my goodness, this is going to maybe a rough season. But hats off to the coaching staff, Coach Walker and his coaching staff for ironing out the kinks, getting them smoothed out. This is totally a different team than we saw at the beginning of the season.
12-7 is the first game of the year. 12-7 against Colleen Ellison. And when we got done with that, Tim and I have called a lot of these games. We've seen this team. We know what this team is capable of doing, and when it's running really well. And you get done with that game, and you're just thinking, wow, this year is going to be tough because these boys do not look ready to play.
Yeah.
And when Tim says you credit the coaching staff, That's exactly what happened after that game. Is Coach Walker took it right on the chin, said, "This is our fault. This is a coaching issue. It has nothing to do with X's and O's or anything like that. This is us not having our boys ready to play." And that could be, part of the recipe for the success of this season is that just terrible game that they had right off the get, and it really laser focused this team, and especially, Tim, the offensive line for these Panthers, who have just turned it around to have one of the strongest rushing attacks in the state.
Well, looks like we're running a little bit behind schedule. Greg, we'll take a little quick break. When we come back, we're going to have all the specifics of the kickoff. You are listening to Liberty Hill Football on Vype Sports.
Be a Liberty Hill Panther football booster. Football family, the Panthers need you. Support the Brotherhood and support the purchase of equipment, uniforms, multiple scholarships, and much more. Just go to lhpantherfootball.com and sign up. Show your support this year. Be a Liberty Hill High School football booster. Find out more at lhpantherfootball.com. Business sponsorships can also get in contact at lhfbsponsorships@gmail.com.
It's been a trying year for parents. They've been confronted with countless challenges and have always risen to the occasion. If it isn't too much to ask, the 826,000 high school student athletes in Texas have one last request.
Please, set an example.
Disorderly fan conduct at high school athletic events is on the rise. It increasingly involves parents. There's no question that parents are passionate. There's no question they care about their children. But at a time when we're all wound a little more tightly than usual, it's worth remembering this about Texas high school sports. Always be a good example. Stop unruly fan behavior before it starts.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
For high school sports coverage second to none, discriminating sports fans, booster clubs, and student bodies will tell you Vype stands above the rest. Vype can provide your school and your entire school district with complete digital video streaming and live broadcast coverage at prices that fit your budget. Find out more information at Vype, VYPE.com. VYPE.com.
Be a Liberty Hill Panther football booster. Football family, the Panthers need you. Support the Brotherhood and support the purchase of equipment, uniforms, multiple scholarships, and much more. Just go to lhpantherfootball.com and sign up. Show your support this year. Be a Liberty Hill High School football booster. Find out more at lhpantherfootball.com. Business sponsorships can also get in contact at lhfbsponsorships@gmail.com.
As we get ready for the state championship matchup between Dallas South Oak Cliff and the Liberty Hill Panthers. Liberty Hill is in their purple jerseys, purple pants, purple helmets with outlined in gold on the helmet and white numerals on the jersey. South Oak Cliff is in their all white. They're in the hallway right now, Greg. We can see them. They're all decked out in white. White pants, white helmets, white jerseys. Greg, we may have a hard time picking out the numbers on these jerseys this evening as, again, number one, we're a long way away, Greg.
Luckily, we got this big TV right in front of us that should help us out a little bit. A little bit of assistance that we don't usually have when we're calling these games all over Texas in these stadiums. As grandiose as they are, really, nothing's going to be as large and easy to see as that TV in the center of our picture here today.
It's definitely a big one, and I've been here a couple of times, Greg. One, The first time being the state championship here 3 years ago, and number 2 came to a Cowboys game. Greg, you know they have an NFL team here, right?
Tim, I came here too, except I came to an Eagles game. Imagine that. How's that work out?
I saw you earlier taunting the screen over there. There's a sign that says Cowboy use only. Please do not touch. And Greg's over there touching it.
I couldn't touch it fast enough. I couldn't put my fingers on it fast enough.
Because he is actually an Eagles fan.
Woo-hoo.
Fly, Eagles fly. Is that it? Is that what you do?
Yes, sir.
And he's an Eagles fan, so he is in enemy territory. But today, he is in Liberty Hill territory. The home side, again, for Liberty Hill is pretty packed. But, Greg, now I'm telling you there is more Oak Cliff fans in the building.
I mean, it is packed. And it's if you've never been to a state championship day at AT&T Stadium and you love football, I tell you what, 3 games today: Liberty Hill, South Oak Cliff, North Shore against Duncanville, Austin Westlake, number 2 team in the nation against Denton Geyer. And it's just a full day of football and fun, and we're just going to be the ones that kick it off here. Panthers about to bring it through the run-through.
They are. And I want to welcome a good longtime friend of mine, Kenny Mullins from Galena Park, who I went to high school with, is in the booth with us watching, and he is here actually working on the North Shore crew. The next game of the day that's playing Duncanville, he's working on the broadcast crew for the North Shore Mustangs, and he is a longtime friend of mine from Galena Park in the Houston area. So Oak Cliff now onto the field. Greg, we are not going to be able to read their numbers from up here, so it is going to be a challenge. Their numbers are not readable from however far we are away, Greg, and it's a long way away. But there's a lot of white in this building. Oak Cliff has packed the house, and not only is it Oak Cliff faithful, but it's also the Dallas area. Again, I mentioned in pregame already that they have not won a state football championship in Dallas ISD since 1958. A long time, so it's been big news up here. Liberty Hill now runs onto the field. Greg, we do not get to do a inflatable run-through critique tonight, because Oak Cliff did not have one.
No inflatables at the state championship, and you know what that means. They don't matter, right? You don't need it.
Nope.
Let the cheerleaders get in the gym. Let them write all the names on it. Get out of class early. Have yourself an old-fashioned run-through. Blaze through it. Win yourself a state championship.
And that, again, that's it. Greg, there is some big players on that Oak Cliff team. And, again, this is nothing Liberty Hill has not done. This is like Liberty Hill's faced in the past David versus Goliath. You know, seriously.
He just keeps knocking out a Goliath, and then another one shows up. It's just 100%. David versus Goliath. David versus Goliath. That's exactly right. That's exactly what happens.
100%. Captains are coming onto the field for the coin toss. Greg, have you ever seen this many people in the middle of the field for a coin toss in all your life for a high school game?
I have not. It is thick with media and players from both sides.
They are doing the coin toss. Greg, we're right in the huddle because of the screen. We're right there on it, right? And Greg, you made a point about last week was the first week in the playoffs that Liberty Hills lost the coin flip.
They did. And in Thomas, Caden McMahon, along.
There is the coin flip.
Liberty Hill did lose the toss, and
Greg, I can't tell what they.
And I think Oak Cliff
they took the ball.
I think they did take the ball, which is exactly what would have happened if Liberty Hill won.
Yep, they took the ball, Greg. That's the first time we've seen that, right?
Absolutely. Every team that has won the whole year has deferred to the second half.
You know what
South Oak Cliff said, we want to put the offense on the field right now and make a statement.
We're fixing to punch you in the mouth.
Yep.
When the bell rings.
Yep.
That's exactly what they're saying.
And if you don't think that every single member of that Liberty Hill defense knows that, I mean, they all know it. They all know it right now that these guys just said, we're going to come out and see if we can run this offense right down the field, and in Thomas, and this Liberty Hill defense ready to make a statement.
It's also the same thing on their side. they don't want Liberty Hill to get the ball first, Greg, and have an opportunity to go down and take a little steam out by going down, and if they did go down the field and score and get this crowd out of the game.
That decision was made long before that coin toss just happened. They thought about that a long time ago.
Yeah, but to be fair, they may have been doing this all year.
You could be correct, but I have a feeling that against Liberty Hill, it's a little bit different story. You want to keep that offense off there, and you want to put points on the board. They know they're going to have to outscore them.
That is the case, and we're just moments now away from the kickoff here in this state championship game. About ready to go. Liberty Hill is going to be kicking it off. That's going to be Ethan Minix. Greg, I sent you something not too long ago on the backup kicker just this week, and man, if any of these kickers, the ones we had, the ones we have now, the ones coming up, we've got an incredible group of kickers that are been in this program, that are in this program, that might be all state if they had more opportunities to kick.
The Shipleys go to Minix. Now you have Connor Hawkins come up. Tim, he was 15 for 16, 50 yards plus in that kicking classic. 15 for 16, 50 yards plus. That's NFL type stuff. I mean,
and he doesn't
players
even play.
Out there.
He doesn't even.
He's not even going to play. No. That's crazy.
So he will next year, but he's right now behind Ethan Minix, who is awesome kicker in his own right. Greg, we know what we're going to see here. They're not kicking off deep to these guys. They're going to do the little pooch kick off to the right or the left. Here we go, everybody.
Tim, we've seen a state championship start with an onside kick.
That is true. Kicking off, pooching over to the right side, and it is not going to go the 10 yards, and this one sort of backfired on them.
They tried it. They tried to do it. They tried to go onside right there. They tried to go short.
And that actually is going to put the ball in Liberty Hill territory to start off this drive. Not really what they had planned, as Oak Cliff is going to start at the Liberty Hill 46-yard line. Ball's going to be on the right-hand hash. If there was one, we're actually on a pro field where the hashes actually are a little bit more inside. Actually, it's going to be in the middle of the field. They move the ball to the center. 3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Kevin Henry Jenkins, the quarterback for Oak Cliff. Now there's 2 receivers on the left-hand side. Snaps back, fake handoff, looking right, throws it down deep, looking for his receiver, and it's in and out of the hands inside the 5-yard line, incomplete pass.
Aiden Burrell on the coverage, but Tim, you said they were going to take shots. They took one right off the bat. Lloyd Johnson putting the pressure on. But that play just a little bit short there.
Aiden Burrell on the coverage. Here we go again, 2nd and 10. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. 1 running back offset to the left-hand side. Jenkins takes a snap, fakes out, throws it out in the flat. Hit immediately. Short pickup to the 41-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd down and what looks like about 6.
Great coverage by McMahon there as he comes up from his safety spot, makes a tackle and hangs on. Devin Riley cleans it up.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Running back offset, Hollywood. We got a quarterback sprints out to the right, looking downfield, under pressure, gets out of it, gets tackled inside, no gain on the play. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Great pressure there by Lloyd Johnson. Jennings tried to throw the screen, but Rocket Hudson all over it on that wide receiver screen. Andon Thomas and Lloyd Johnson with the tackle.
Greg, they're going for it. They're not punting here. It's 4th down and about 6 yards. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Jenkins changes the play, moves the running back to the left-hand side, takes the snap, fakes hands off, looking right, under pressure, getting out of it, trying to get the 1st down, still on his feet, gets close to the 1st down, he has it. almost tackled at the line of scrimmage. He gets out of it, moves the chains to about the 34-yard line.
Great coverage downfield. Thought they had the coverage sack there, but Jennings just slips the tackle at the line of scrimmage. Hollis Brady almost had him. So did Devin Riley.
First down. 2 receivers right, to the left. Ball's on the left-hand hash now. Have not run a play yet. Not an actual design running play. Quarterback has run it. Jenkins takes the snap, hands it off up the middle. Nope, fake handoff. He keeps it, gets it to the 30. Inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It'll bring up second down.
Tackled by Aaron Brewer there. It's been all Jennings so far. Trying to keep this South Oak Cliff team rolling.
Second and what looks like from here, 5. 3 receivers to right, 1 to the left. Keandra Hollywood is the running back in the backfield with quarterback Jenkins. Now the movement puts 2 receivers to the left. Snaps back, hands off to Hollywood, gets out of a tackle, gets across the 25, wrapped up, lunges, gets close to the 20, the 21-yard line. It'll be a first down for Oak Cliff.
Good hard run there off the right side by Hollywood. Lloyd almost had him. Wrapped up by Carter Hudson for the tackle.
2 receivers right, 2 to the left. On the far side, wide side is the left-hand side. First down. Oh, there's movement by Oak Cliff. They're going to blow the whistle, going to bring them back 5. The left tackle jumped.
They are going to bring him back. And Tim, that left tackle is absolutely massive.
No, it's actually the left guard.
Is that the left guard? He is a massive young man.
Greg, if you look at all of their linemen, LJ's the biggest one for Liberty Hill, and he is smaller than any of the offensive linemen for Oak Cliff.
It is going to be about quickness for those guys, because I tell you what, they are large young men.
2 receivers right, man in motion, making it 2 receivers on the left-hand side. First and 15. Snap back. Jenkins throws it out quickly to the right-hand side. It's complete. Gets across the 20. The receiver does. Gets about the 12-yard line. It'll bring up second and about 6 yards.
Good first down play there. Jennings with the quick screen, quick hitter.
This play formation is going to put 3 receivers on the right-hand side before any motion. 1 receiver out way wide to the left-hand side. 8 minutes left in this first quarter, no score. Handoff to the running back up the middle, not much there. That's Liberty Hill's strength. Maybe a yard on the play. It'll bring up third down and about 5 yards.
It really is Liberty Hill's strength with Torno, Hollis Brady, Lloyd Johnson. Even though they're just oversized, the offensive line for Oak Cliff dominates size-wise, but quickness, Liberty Hill has it, and they flow to the ball.
Greg, South Oak Cliff's trainers are bigger than Torno. And Torno is, but he is a strong nose tackle.
Absolutely.
2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Snaps back. Fake handoff, throws it out to the right-hand side. It is complete, incomplete pass around the 10. Greg, we got another 4th down.
And now, when you're looking at R.I.P. Dave Campbell, I was looking at the book before the game, just getting some stuff.
The book?
Dave Campbell's football book, right? And they said one of the weaknesses on this South Oak Cliff is the kicking team. And so, Tim, you might be right. They might be going for it again here, because this is an automatic field goal right here for most teams at this level.
Yeah.
But South Oak Cliff, they're going to pack it up and they're going to go for it on 4th.
All chips are in for Oak Cliff. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Snaps back, looking left, throws it across the middle. Complete pass, touchdown for Oak Cliff. Wide open receiver right in the middle of the field.
Looked like they were in some kind of zone and they let him go. Jennings found him wide open across the middle.
But Liberty Hill did what they needed to do, is put them in 2 4th down situations. But Oak Cliff, just like they took the the ball on the flip, they are putting all their chips in. Snaps back. The PAT kick is up, and it is good. That is Diego Varela on the PAT, and South Oak Cliff has jumped off to a quick 7-0 lead here in the first quarter. 6 minutes and 58 seconds left to go in the first quarter of play. And if you're listening to us, please give us a shout out at lhfootball21@yahoo.com. I'd love to hear from you. lhfootball21@yahoo.com. Want to hear from you guys. And we do have our first shout out from Shannon Schulte. Couldn't be there due to the Liberty Hill basketball last night and family Christmas, but want to listen to you guys, and they are. Thank you to the Schulte family for tuning in to the Liberty Hill State Championship broadcast on Vype.
Tim, I got some buddies listening too. Sean Gravitt in Austin, Texas. Mike Murphy in Boston, Tim. They're listening to us up in Boston.
Did you just use a Boston accent?
A little Boston accent to talk about it.
Yeah.
Some old Austin football players. Not that old, but love some Texas football.
There is a lot of people here. My wife has already given a shout out. Ernie Jimenez, thank you for listening. She saw in the stands there's a lot of people here. And there really are, on both sides, Liberty Hill's packed their side. And I want to tell you what, Oak Cliff has overfilled their side. There is a lot of Dallas area fans here watching this contest.
There are. It is thick with the Dallas faithful. And they were rewarded on that first drive from Kevin Henry Jennings to Corinthian Coleman on a 4th down touchdown pass. But some great things to see on that drive was how well the Liberty Hill defense played, specifically the run, which wasn't that effective. The short passes, Jennings had a couple of runs, but they put them down in distance a few times. And, you got to feel pretty good if you're that Liberty Hill defense about where you were. And you also tried to start the game on an onside kick, right? So you're already willing to put yourself in that position. So I have a feeling the next time they'll kick it deep, maybe have some more opportunities,
right?
And see what the offense can do here. Tim, I think we're in a TV timeout. Love it when we get the TV time. Oh, we got a red hat guy.
We got a red hat with the orange sleeves. He's the guy. Hey, another shout out from the DeLay family listening from Fort Wainwright, Alaska.
I love it.
I love it too. Thank you to the DeLay family for tuning in. Hopefully we'll have some good calls for you here in the game. Get Liberty Hill gets this offense going. But thank you for listening. Again, if you want to shout out, lhfootball21@yahoo.com. Let me know who you are, where you're listening from, and if you have any special shout outs you'd like to give to any players, to any your special broadcasters like me over Greg, any of those things. But yes, give us a shout out. We'd love to hear where you're listening from. Thank you already for those shout outs already. Here is the kickoff for Oak Cliff. Varela, the kicker, kicks it off, and he kicks it off to the left-hand side, caught about the 13-yard line. Run up the right-hand side is Carter Hudson and thrown out of bounds at about the 27.
Tackled by Torrey Simon, sophomore linebacker for the Golden Bears.
And the Panthers come onto the field for their first offensive possession. Ball sits about the 27, 28-yard line. Handoff right up the middle, not much doing there. A gain of maybe two or three yards. We'll bring up second down.
Logan Dyer up the middle. Try to pick up some yardage there. The defensive line for South Oak Cliff, not as big as the offensive line.
No, not even close. And here's a 2nd and 8 call. And it's handoff left-hand side. to the 35, close about the 35-yard line. That is Noah Long on the carry. Actually going to be 34-yard line. It'll bring up third down. Another shout out from Jack and Deb Smetzer in Liberty Hill, listening to our two favorite sportscasters. We appreciate you. Thank you for the shout out. Third down play, handoff right inside to Pittsford. He gets tripped up, then tackled as he gets across the 35 to the 36-yard line. It'll bring up fourth down and about 2. Greg, the offense at the moment is staying on the field. I think he's thinking about it. Here comes the punting crew. Punting crew now comes onto the field. Another shout out from Ed Beans, from Beans Family Properties, Fort Hood Military Housing Services. Ed Beans, thank you for tuning in. Known Ed for many years. Longtime Liberty Hill resident. Great supporter of athletics at Liberty Hill. Here is the punt by Andon Thomas. It's a good punt. Going to take a bounce about the 30-yard line. That's where it will be picked up. And so South Oak Cliff will start this drive at the 30-yard line, much further away from the end zone than they did last time. And another shout out to my good friends Mike and Lisa Crane, listening from Granite Shoals. Greg, you know where Granite Shoals is?
It's in Texas.
It's actually not too far from us. It's up in the Marble Falls area. Really beautiful place. I'm surprised. It must be too cold for Mike to be out on the lake fishing because he loves to fish. But thanks for the Cranes for tuning in into our broadcast. Thank you all for listening. And another TV timeout.
They got the selfie cam going, Tim.
They do. Greg, if they
in the stadium,
we just got to hope they don't put the kiss cam up and put it up here.
My goodness, I give you something to kiss.
But they are doing the selfie cam, and we're in a TV timeout, so we have to fill the gaps a little bit. Liberty Hill is. Both teams have had a chance to have the ball first, and South Oak Cliff went down and scored.
All the stops, you're pulling all the stops here to win this ball game. They decided to go for it right off the get, go for the onside kick,
yep.
and immediately get the ball back. Minix came up just a little bit short, but I was really impressed with how the defense played on that first drive. Offense, just kind of feeling it out there, 3 and out, tough start for the Panthers on offense, but like the way the defense played, and look for more of it here on this first possession, on the second possession for South Oak Cliff.
Greg, you notice all the selfie cams, they all have their people looking down in their phones. It's a sort of a different vibe. But again, this place, these lower 2 decks of AT&T Stadium are absolutely jammed packed. The lower 2 decks, and for an NFL stadium like this, the lower 2 decks to be packed like this for a football game is amazing.
It is. There are a lot of fans here watching these two teams go at it.
Here we go now after the TV timeout. Oak Cliff onto the field at their 30-yard line, 3 receivers left, 1 to the right-hand side. Jenkins takes the snap, hands it off right up the middle, and a gain of maybe 2 or 3 yards. That is Quaylon Farrar on the carry.
You have to feel like South Oak Cliff thinks that they can run the ball whenever they want. Probably has been the case most of the season. Get a lot of good runs behind that offensive line. Liberty Hill doing a good job here.
Yep.
The first quarter.
Call it a pickup of 3, so it's 2nd and 7. 3 receivers bunched to the left-hand side. Handoff again up the middle. Gets to the 35-yard line. That is also Farrar on the carry. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 5.
And there goes LJ. Tim, this is not the type of team that's going to run away from number 17, which we've seen in the past. We watch Marble Falls do it all game long.
Right. 3rd down and 5. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Roll out to the left-hand side, thrown out to the left, and it is incomplete, skips the ground. It'll bring up 4th down, Greg. Will they go for it here in their own territory?
I mean, I can't imagine that they're going to go for it from here, but
they not moved.
The offense is, here it comes. Yeah, you're not going to play Madden football here in the state championship game. Down at the 12 or the 15 when you don't have a kicker, that's one thing. Here you at least try to get a quick punt or something like that. But credit the Liberty Hill defense. Great job forcing the 3 and out. 2 runs.
Yep.
Jennings, no part of this offense except for that last throw. He just threw it short.
4th down and 5, forcing Oak Cliff to punt. Carter Hudson back deep, standing about his own 30-yard line. Snap is back. The punt is away.
Oh, they punted to Rocket.
Rocket catches it on his 27-yard line, and he's going to be wrapped up about the 32. Not much of a return. Oak Cliff faithful pretty excited about.
Great tackle. That's a great tackle by Kyron Chambers there, senior defensive back.
Yeah.
He wrapped him up good, and Hudson did not go anywhere after the catch.
All right, Liberty Hill's back on the field, needing an answer to South Oak Cliff's 7-0 lead.
And interestingly enough, they don't do that a lot, right? Liberty Hill doesn't get a chance to block for Hudson because no one punts to him.
4 minutes left in the first quarter. Oak Cliff up 7-0. Pitch out right inside to Pitchford. Has a seam. Gets across the 40, the 45. Drug down about midfield at the 50. First down. Liberty Hill is best play of the game. Oh, there's a flag on the play, and it looks like it's coming back against Liberty Hill. Thrown about the line of scrimmage. It looks like this is going to come back. Oh, it's offsides against Oak Cliff with the decline. Liberty Hill was backing up. Their players were backing up.
Wow, that's because you saw the flag down there exactly where they throw that hold. I thought for sure it was a hold. It wasn't. Noah Long sprung the big one. And the Liberty Hill Panther offense with his biggest play of the game.
Sorry, I was Noah Long. I said Pitchford. And I'm looking at the field. Greg's looking at the screen. 1st and 10 at midfield. Handoff left-hand side. Right up the middle to Noah Long, a pickup of 2 or 3 yards.
Good hard run off the left side by Long, but they bottled it up quick. Oak Cliff going to start moving guys into the box.
Second down. 2nd and 8 after a gain of 2. Pitch out right-hand side to Pitchford, trying to get to the sideline. Does across the 50, the 45, the 40, 35. Knocked out of bounds about the 35-yard line.
There goes Joe Pitchford off the right side, Tim. Great blocking by this offensive line, getting out in front and putting hats on people.
Pickup of 12 yards, enough to move the chains. Ball's now set at the 35-yard line. Right-hand hash up the line of scrimmage. Liberty Hill comes. Inside handoff. That is Andon Thomas across the 35 down to the 20-yard line.
Absolutely love it when the All-State linebacker carries the ball, Tim, and he is hard to bring down once he gets moving. Hard run by Andon Thomas off the right side. No way is one guy going to bring him down. It takes 2 or 3.
First down for the Panthers at the 20-yard line. Handoff again right up the middle. And that may be Thomas again as he drives to pick up 3 yards.
This Liberty
Actually, it's Pitchford on the carry.
The Liberty Hill offense working in stride now.
Pitchford, a good hard run. It brings up 2nd and 7 from the 17-yard line. Pitch out left-hand side to Noah Long. Gets across the 15 to the 14-yard line. Actually going to mark him down at the 15. Exactly. And it'll bring up 3rd down. They need 5 yards to pick up the first down.
Oh, you know they got the digital markers here at AT&T Stadium.
And they're working.
They're working fine. Flawless. They don't need to go to the backup and get the old ones.
3rd and 5 from the 15-yard line. Pitch out through Noah Long, needs a block. Pitchford gets a block, but Noah Long's going to be stopped short about 2 yards to the first down. Greg's decision time. 4th down and about 2 yards to go for the Panthers. They're going to mark him way short, maybe 4th and 3. I thought he got a little bit closer. And Greg looks like they're discussing it. The play's coming on. They're going for it. We're in the state championship game. Greg, look. Here we go. 4th and 3 for the Panthers. Oh, there's movement. So what happened was, as Vickers got up to the line of scrimmage, he turned to the running backs to move someone. The offensive line heard him and thought it was a cadence call, Greg, when you hear your quarterback's voice. And the quarterback was actually communicating to the guys in the backfield, causing this issue. And losing 5. Greg, they're still going for it.
No, I don't believe so. Minix is out there.
Oh, okay. Now it's a field goal opportunity. Minix has a tee set up at the 25-yard line, so this is a 35-yard field goal attempt by Ethan Minix. Snaps back, and there's movement now on Oak Cliff's side. I think it's against Liberty. They call it timeout.
Liberty Hill looks like they took the timeout. They just want to talk about it, make sure that they're set.
Wow.
You know, it looked like when Vickers went back, somebody was lined up in the wrong spot. I don't know if it was Thomas or if it was Pitchford, but one of the two of them, whether they just made the play call or how that setup was designed, Vickers saw it immediately and tried to put him into the right place. And as Tim said, when he talked to him or when he was asking him to move, 2 linemen actually thought it was the cadence call and jumped off.
Greg, we had a couple of more shout-outs. And shout-out from Jennifer Ceriti. Is that how you Cerati? Cerati?
That's the missus. She's somewhere in the crowd. She's somewhere out there mixing it with her folks.
She said, what side is she on?
She's definitely on the Liberty Hill side.
Okay. Is she wearing purple?
Yes, she is.
Here we go. 35-yard field goal by Ethan Minix attempt. Ball's on the right-hand dash, snaps back. The kick is up, and it is partially blocked. No good. And that drive for Liberty Hill turned out for naught.
Wow, Ethan Minix, all season long has been just dying to get in games and make stuff happen. And unfortunately here, he's had a chance to do it, just has come up short a few times. But again, with the way this defense is playing, you got to feel good about Liberty Hill here early in this ball game. Rough miss there for Minix.
Oak Cliff onto the field at the 20-yard line to start this drive. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Snaps back. Hand off to the running back up the middle. He's bottled up, and he's going to take a short loss on the play of 2 yards.
South Oak Cliff just trying to establish the run, and they cannot.
That is the strength of this Liberty Hill defense.
Jennings, it's a read option play, and Jennings keeps making the read. Andon Thomas, Hollis Brady in on that tackle there.
Keandra Hollywood was the ball carrier. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. And they're going to call a timeout.
No, that's going to be
Oh, that's the quarter. That's the quarter. We'll take a quick break for the quarter when we come back at 2nd and 12 for Oak Cliff. Up 7-0 at the end of the quarter. You're listening to Liberty Hill Football on Vype Sports.
Be a Liberty Hill Panther football booster. Football family, the Panthers need you. Support the Brotherhood and support the purchase of equipment, uniforms, multiple scholarships, and much more. Just go to lhpantherfootball.com and sign up. Show your support this year. Be a Liberty Hill High School football booster. Find out more at lhpantherfootball.com. Business sponsorships can also get in contact at lhfbsponsorships@gmail.com.
Back here, first quarter, looks like there's promotion from Texas Farm Bureau Insurance on the field, and there's a Liberty Hill student. I'm assuming she's in purple attempting a 25-yard field goal for some.
Man, I hope she does not make this.
It's up, Greg!
Oh my goodness gracious.
Good!
Unbelievable. Ethan Minix is on the sideline. He just missed one, and then they pulled someone out of the stands, and she drilled it, Tim.
Oh, they got another one out there.
Is this from South Oak Cliff? They're going to see if we go 1 for 1 here.
I'm assuming they're from the Oak Cliff area.
This gentleman here, Liberty Hill, just drilled it. She drilled. Oh, it's a lefty.
Oh, with green shoes on, and he kicks one up, and it's good. What are we having, like tryouts for the kicker?
I have no idea, but I tell you what, Ethan Minix, I hope he's not watching, as he just watched two people just come in from the crowd and drill some field goals.
Greg, no pressure though.
No pressure, no line. I love for him to just clear his head and be ready to go, because in a game like this, it could come down to a kick later on.
I wonder what they get. Insurance?
Something. She drilled it. They're down taking pictures now after the fact, as this Liberty Hill team gets ready to start the second quarter.
Oh, there it is, Greg. They got a $2,000 scholarship.
That's a pretty good deal right there.
Or $2,000 to the school. Here we go. Oak Cliff on their 2nd and 12. Snaps back, fake handoff, throwing to the right inside. That is complete at the 25-yard line. Drives across the 30 to the 33, and they have enough for a first down.
Rocket Hudson 1 step away from a pick six. He was all over that pass. He just missed being right on top of it.
After the first down, the ball is now at the 33-yard line of Oak Cliff. Ball to right hash. Handoff right up the middle. Not a whole lot. Pickup of a couple yards to the 34. LJ again on the tackle.
Keandra Hollywood off the left side. Lloyd Johnson having himself a ball game. This South Oak Cliff team does not care who is on where. That is why you're seeing so much Lloyd Johnson right now, because they're going to his side.
And he's not being double teamed.
And he's not. You're going single team against an all-state defensive end, and he's a good one.
2nd down and 9. Throw out to the right-hand side to complete at the 40-yard line. Receiver gets to the 45-yard line.
Now that pass is there. That pass is there all day if they want it. If they're going to let Jennings just be in the shotgun and whip it out. Randy Reese had a 8-yard cushion there in front of him. He just catch that and pick up 5-6 every single time.
First down for Oak Cliff. Ball is on the 45-yard line, their own 45. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Snap is back. Fake handoff right up the middle. Hit immediately. No gain on the play for Oak Cliff. Again, going right at Liberty Hill's strength.
Nobody is buying that read option when he's doing it, because you can tell Jennings is very lackadaisical when he's not gonna run the ball. You can kind of tell when he's gonna take off with it just by the way his feet move. That wasn't so much a read option as it was a direct handoff. I don't think no chance of Jennings keeping that ball.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left. 2nd and 10, snap back, looking downfield, throws it downfield, looking for his receiver. It is incomplete pass, thrown down about the 10-yard line. Good coverage.
And you can hear the crowd, everybody in the crowd making the universal gesture for, I think that's a flag. But the only guys that matter kept it in their pockets.
Carlton Schrank with pretty good coverage on the play.
Oh boy! And you know, one of the downsides of this screen is you can see the pass interference after it happens. Because I tell you what, folks, they got away with one.
Greg, that's just good defensive back coaching play right there. 3rd and 10. Snap back thrown out to the flat right-hand side. Is complete about the 45. Gets across the 50. Down close to the 40-yard line. A first down for Oak Cliff. Now in Liberty Hill territory.
Great pitch and catch there from Jennings to Mathis. Senior to senior, they pick up the first down. And if it not for a tackle there by Brewer, Mathis might have taken that one to the house.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left-hand side. 1st and 10, man in motion going right. Handoff again up the middle, nothing doing. Liberty Hill flexing its muscles up the middle, going, nuh-uh, you are not running on us.
They are, this South Oak team is trying to establish the run. They just keep trying to make it happen, and Liberty Hill is having none of it and keeps putting them in these 2nd and 3rd down and longs.
Greg,
Jennings keeps bailing them out.
And it just goes to show you that the front 3, I know there's linebackers there, and they're very good, but the front 3 is shedding their blockers quickly enough to cause some disruption. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right, 2nd down. Ball's at the 40-yard line. Snap is back. Handoff again up the middle, but there's a hole. Gets across the 35, down to the 30. Inside the 30 to the 27-yard line. It's a first down for Oak Cliff.
Good hard run by Hollywood there as he came off the tackle. Tim said there was a hole. There was. They figured out something off that left side and blocked it well.
Greg, LJ actually over pursuit in the middle towards the center of the and actually ran himself out of the play. First down at the 27. Jenkins takes the snap, fakes handoff, looking left, throws it left towards the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown for Oak Cliff. Actually, Greg, that was very good coverage by Aiden Burrell. It just was a perfect pitch and catch.
Aiden Burrell all over it. Jamiri Cawley, sophomore wide receiver with the catch, laid out in the back of the end zone. Puts Oak Cliff up 13-0 pending the kick.
Diego Varela out to kick the point after for Oak Cliff. Snap is back, kick is up, and it is good, and Oak Cliff is out to a 14-0 lead on Liberty Hill here in the second quarter with 7 minutes and 46 seconds left to go in this contest. Another quick shout out as they're taking a commercial break. Joy and David Gotcher listening on Vype. This time they're in Lewisburg, Tennessee, cheering Liberty Hill and their grandson Logan Dyer. They're Logan's Uncle Chris from Singapore, Uncle Matthew, Aunt Jamie, Aunt Emily, cousins Delora and Orlo. I think I got that right. So we finally hear from Dyer clan.
That's what we needed.
That's what we needed.
That is exactly what we needed. Was a little Dyer clan love. We know they're out there listening and cheering on for number 12, Logan Dyer, one of these Liberty Hill running backs who has had a few carries, and he will be a factor as the game moves on.
The commercial breaks are we're not used to those, Greg. They're a little long.
They are. They're trying to pay some bills. UIL, you can't be mad at them.
No,
because people are going to tune in. People are going to tune in to watch this game.
Yeah, and they are, Greg. They're tuned in to Valley Sports on TV in Texas. Craig Way, the legendary Texas Hall of Fame broadcaster, Craig Way, is broadcasting this game on Valley Sports. Somewhere up here, Greg.
I can't. I think he's a few booths down. I can't see him.
Well, he may be clear on the other side. These are the radio booths. He's probably got the penthouse suite,
the sweet spot.
Yeah, calling the game for Liberty Hill. So a lot of you may be watching. I know my wife is watching it on Valley Sports and listening to us here because she would rather listen to us than Craig.
I'm not telling him that.
Well, it's okay. I can.
There you go.
Merle says he wants everybody to listen to us. Doesn't care if they watch, but you got to listen to Greg and I. And matter of fact, if you listen to us instead of watching, you're actually, and I know this has been confirmed, you're going to find out the result of the play before you see it on TV. If you listen to us, we're actually ahead of the TV broadcast. So,
like Nas Tim Damas.
Well, that's true. And my wife has told that story a couple of times in the last couple of weeks about what you call me to some of our friends.
Nas Tim Damas. When you get to predict the future, it's exactly what it is. It's like a Johnny Carson skit.
The great Karnak. Karnak the Magnificent from the Johnny Carson. It was not the Johnny Carson show. That's a misconception. It was still the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, but we got used to calling it, oh yeah, I'm going to listen to the Johnny Carson show tonight. That's
the Tonight Show.
But it's always been the Tonight Show. All right, here's the kickoff for Oak Cliff. Carter Hudson, Noah Long, and Gavin Salinas back deep for the Panthers.
See if they decide to give it to Long here.
I think they like to hit, Greg, and they want to kick it and us catch it. I don't think they're afraid of that. And they do. They kick it up, and going to be caught by Noah Long at the 15. Now he's at the 20, the 25. Across the 30, still on his feet across the 35. Gets to the 37-yard line before he's brought down.
Sophomore running back Noah Long. Again, just like Carter Hudson, teams don't normally kick to Long or Hudson. So when they do, they get excited. Good hard run there by Long to put the Panthers in great field position here.
Here they are at the line of scrimmage at their 37-yard line. Ball's on the right-hand hash. Hand off to Noah Long, left-hand side. He gets to the 40, hit immediately. Maybe they'll give him the 41, and they do. Pickup of 4 yards.
Long tried to do that inside-out step, but Noah Long is running really well. His juke move, his first step, the left step, the right step to get guys off really works well.
Second down and 6. Hand off to Pitchford, left-hand side. He breaks across midfield. Finally brought down about the 45-yard line, enough for a first down for Liberty Hill and move the chains.
Long then Pitchford, the two sophomore running backs. One to the left, one to the right. Liberty Hill across midfield, starting to go. Those edge hits are working.
First down. Hand off to Noah Long, left-hand side. He gets across the 40. They're going to mark him down at the 39-yard line. A really good first down run for Noah Long.
Tim, again, that's the same play 3 times in a row to the same side. And it has been for big plays each time.
Second down and 4. And a handoff right up to the left-hand side, and it's close to a first down. That was Pitchford on the carry.
Make it 4 in a row. They are just running off the left side. The whole left side of the offense pushing down and to the right. The whole left side of the offensive line pushing down and to the right as the play goes left. That hole is there, and they're letting Pitchford and Noah Long make moves.
Third down from the 36-yard line. And looks like they handed off or quarterback ran the ball. He has the first down, Greg. He didn't quite see what happened on that play. Vickers ran the ball. The ball got out of his hands, and he just tucked it himself and got the first down.
He dropped that snap and then fingertip caught it before it hit the ground and had the wherewithal to pick up the first down. Great job by Vickers.
Hand off left inside. Noah Long gets across the 30, the 25, gets another first down, a pickup of about 11 yards, gets to the 22, 23-yard line.
The coaching staff is calling in this play over and over and over. They've seen something that's working, and right now, South Oak Cliff has no answer for this play off the right side.
Hand off again, left-hand side to Pitchford, and he's still on his feet, driving his legs. He is at the 15-yard line. Wow, Greg, great run by Pitchford to keep his legs moving of 8-yard gain.
7 plays in a row. It's the same play, Tim. They're running it off of this left side. They're pressing that offensive line down to the right and tucking in Pitchford and Long off of it.
2nd and 2. Handoff left-hand side. That is, I lost the Noah Long. Going to be short of the first down. There's a flag on the play.
Not sure if it's offsides or if it's on Liberty Hill.
The referee's pointing towards Liberty Hill's side.
I'm having a big discussion about it.
It's against the defense, and that's going to make
second
it first
time.
down. Yep.
That's just the left side. That's just the right side of the South Oak Cliff defense. They have to try to do something because they are just getting punched in the face down this left side of the field the whole way. The same play. I guess it's coming again, Tim.
1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Here we go. Liberty Hill needs to get on the scoreboard. Vickers under center. And there's a whistle and timeout for Oak Cliff. They need to get themselves together.
Somewhere somebody said, hey guys, they're running the same play every time. Can we please stop this? Can we please angle blitz? Can we please do something to get them off of this play? You have to wonder if Coach Walker dials it up again here.
So, Greg, I wonder if they have they had the ability, but I wonder if the Oak Cliff coaches will say, you know what, let's flip these linemen, right? You did it with LJ a few weeks back is when they were running away from LJ, they flipped it, and I wonder if they might do the same thing.
They have to do something because right now Liberty Hill is picking up yards in chunks. 7, 8, 12, just running so hard off of that left side with the same play out of this slot T. There's no disguising it. There's no, we're trying to hide the ball here and there. They're just handing it off the left side and running it down their throat, and South Oak Cliff has no answer right now.
Hey, folks, again, don't forget to give us a shout-out, lhfootball21@yahoo.com. We up here and Vype wants to hear from you, to hear from our listeners. Tell me who you are, where you're listening from. lhfootball21@yahoo.com. Here we go. 1st and goal for Liberty Hill. Handoff right inside. I think it's Andon Thomas still on his feet. He is in the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers!
Andon Thomas off the right side. He got hit a few times.
Greg, it looked like it was a pinball machine.
Didn't matter.
Bouncing off players, staying on his feet, gets into the end zone, and Greg, they're running. Yep. Here they go for the point after. Ethan Minnick's onto the field. Snaps back. Kick is up. And it is good, and Liberty Hill cuts into the lead, 14-7. 4.5 minutes left to go in this first half of play. Oak Cliff still ahead, 14-7, but Liberty Hill was able to answer back. Greg, you have any scores for us?
You've been waiting all game to say that.
Yeah, you actually thought for a second.
I sure did. I was like, Merle, do we got any scores? The only game being played right now in the state of Texas here in Arlington, Tim. There's no other high school football going on.
No.
That is pretty cool. I tell you what, right now.
I saw you flinch like, I did. I saw
Great offensive possession there by the Panthers. A steady diet of Noah Long and Joe Pitchford, punctuated by a hard run by All-State. I say All-State middle linebacker Andon Thomas all the time because he's the starting middle linebacker on the All-State team, and he is a prolific runner. And he's just a football player. He's just one of those throwback football players. Plays offense, plays defense. He's the punter.
Right.
He's also I think he's ranked 5th in the class on his grades. I mean, what an unbelievable young man.
That's higher than you, right?
Way higher. Way higher. I was the one that made the top half possible, Tim.
Yeah. Hey, Greg, I want to tell you, since we talked about the crowd, they have opened the third deck. And you haven't noticed it.
I did not notice.
And they have completely filled at a high school game the bottom 2 decks here at AT&T Stadium, and now they're working on the third deck. They were so full that they had to open up the third deck of seats, and that is about half full, Greg. I think we've started to fill that up on both sides. There's again the South Oak Cliff, the people here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area supporting this team. They have come out in droves. Again, they have not won a state championship since 1958 in any Dallas Independent School District school. And they've come out, and everybody knew it. I mean, there's even white on some of the Liberty Hill side have bled over to that side. But Liberty Hill community has come out also in droves and completely almost filled up 3 decks on their side, completely with 2 whole decks. And again, we're not calling the game because they've called another TV timeout. Liberty Hill now has 121 yards rushing, averaging 6.7. And I know that because, Greg, we actually have automatic stats. I brought my computer with me. I have it all up, and we even have an all-you-can-drink fountain drink machine.
It's ridiculous.
Pooch kick on the left-hand side is caught about the 32-yard line. That's what Liberty Hill's not going to let them return the ball. They've been doing that all year.
4:26 left here in the second quarter. The Panthers are going to get the ball to start the second half. And, right now, this Panther defense love to make a statement and get the ball back to Vickers and the offense.
Oak Cliff, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Now man in motion left inside. Handoff to the running back up the middle. Has a little bit of a hole. Gets tripped up. Gets across the 35 down about the 37-yard line. And that will bring up second down and about 5 or 6.
And Thomas on the tackle there as he went by. And had Thomas not got him, he would have had a full head of steam going into the secondary.
2nd and 5. Snaps back. Roll out to the left-hand side looking. Throws it towards the sideline. Is complete about the 41-yard line. Tackled. And they're going to give him the first down, Greg. Thought it was a pretty generous spot, and that's going to be enough for a first down.
We've been seeing generous spots
all year
throughout the whole playoffs,
Greg,
for sure.
I want to tell you that I've watched. I'm watching. He did get it, but I do think that they have made it more of an effort this year to get balls on even lines, the 40, the 45, the 50. Those lines I've seen all year long. Man in motion, right-hand side, thrown out to the left-hand side, thrown behind his receiver, incomplete pass. Biggest miss that we've seen Jenkins throw tonight.
Just a missed timing on the play.
Yeah.
Didn't look like Jennings knew what route was being run there.
2nd and 10. Ball is on the Oak Cliff 42-yard line. 3.5 minutes left to go until halftime. Oak Cliff leads 14-7. Snaps back, looking right, rolls out right, throws it downfield down the middle of the field. It's intercepted! Oh, he drops the ball! Colin Brandt had the ball in his hands, Greg, and as he went to go look like tuck it in, it went to the turf.
It did. He did drop it. It was right at him. It'll go down in the books as a pass defended. It goes down as a positive. He defended the pass, but everybody here in the stadium knows that he should have had it, and he's pounding the turf here in Cowboys Stadium because he knows that was his for the taking. But it brings up 3rd and 10 with the clock stopped.
3rd and 10, 2 receivers right, 1 to left, snaps back. Fake handoff, quarterback has it, throws it across the middle, and it may be incomplete, close to an interception. Jenkins was under heavy pressure trying to get rid of the ball.
Jennings got hit hard after he delivered it by Lloyd. Thought Carlton Schrank might have had it, but the Panthers do exactly what they needed to do. Force the 3 and out. Tim, 3:15 left here in this second quarter. with the Panthers getting the ball in the second half, with the way they ran their offense last time, they could really keep this ball for a while and do some damage. They're going to kick it to Hudson. They're going to kick it to Rocket Hudson again, and if the Panthers can block it well, he can take it a long way.
Hunter's back, snaps back. Kick is away. It's a low kick. Hudson just needs to stay away from it, and he does. It's going to bounce across the 15 to the 13-yard line, and that's where the Panthers will start this drive, is 87 yards away from the goal line. Oak Cliff now has rushed the ball only for 43 yards on 13 carries, but they have 103 yards in the air. You know how many yards Liberty Hill has in the air, Greg?
Exactly how many?
0. Here we go. Liberty Hill's up. No commercial break. Handoff right-hand side. That is to Noah Long. He gets across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Great first down run. It'll bring up 2nd and 2. 2 minutes, 50 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Logan Dyer with a great lead block on that, Greg, as I see the replay. Here they go up the line of scrimmage on the right-hand side. Vickers hands off right-hand side to Pitchford. Gets across the 25 to the 30. And across the 30 to the 32-yard line. This is a first down for Liberty Hill.
Panthers offense seems to be settling in here, as South Oak Cliff on their heels trying to deal with this slot T offense. They're not the first defense to have that problem.
First down for Liberty Hill. The 32. Handoff right-hand side to Noah Long. Dances around. Not much there. Short gain of maybe 1 yard on the play.
There is a pass coming. There is a pass coming somewhere. There are so many guys in the box for Oak Cliff with this clock ticking down. You have a feeling that sooner or later they're going to put this ball in the air and put some pressure on Oak Cliff.
Jackson Harrison, the center for Liberty Hill, up to the line of scrimmage under center. Or on the center. Hands it off right inside to Andon Thomas. Not much there. Gets to the 34-yard line. He's going to bring up 3rd down. Clock is still ticking. 1 minute and 35 seconds left. 3rd and 8. We might see it here, Greg, but I think the Oak Cliff's coaching staff was probably telling them to watch out for the pass. And they can lull you to sleep.
3rd and long might be tough. Here with 3rd and 8, though, they're just letting the clock tick here. The Panthers may be content to just take it in.
I will tell you, though, Suchek has checked into the game. He's in the play in here on calling the play in here. So pitch out left inside to Pitchford. He gets some room. He gets down the sideline across the 40, the 30, the 20. Gets tackled at the 5-yard line.
Joe Pitchford, biggest run of the ball game. Great blocking out front by Noah Long. They sprung him, Tim, and Pitchford made him pay off the left side. Huge play by the Panthers here. 53 seconds left. What a great play that was.
It was off to the races, and I told you how fast this Oak Cliff team is. Pitchford was not going to outrun the fastest guy for Oak Cliff, and he ended up catching from behind, but not before he gets to the 4-yard line. Here we go. 1st and goal, handoff right inside. I think that is Andon Thomas on the carry. And it's Noah Long, sorry. And he gets to the 2-yard line. And that's a timeout for Liberty Hill, Greg. And I looking at the guy in the red hat. And we're going to keep it going. So, Greg, if you don't know, when he does his arms in a loop-de-loo like that,
he's got those orange. Yes. He's got those orange, like those traffic lights,
like an air traffic controller.
Yeah, but then he wears it. He actually wears it.
You know, that's what my son did in the Navy.
On the decks. That's right.
Well,
that's right.
Yeah, he directed. It's called a plane captain, and he directed the aircraft on, and he would do that. He'd rev up the engine, and he'd point things, and I was so proud of him, Greg. You know, I still am proud of him, but he actually was awesome at doing his plane captain job, and
He also used to be third man in the booth.
He did.
He used to be second man in the booth
Yes,
with you,
he
but
did.
every now and then it's been Greg, Tim, and Ty Dean, which is always fun to call with the Dean boys.
Well, here we go. Liberty Hill now faces second and goal from the 2-yard line. And Greg, it's now only 20 seconds left to go. Handoff right inside, left inside to Pittsford, and he gets close to the goal line. I think he's short. He gets down to the 1, and Liberty Hill has to call another timeout with 15 seconds left. Greg, I can't see a timeout left marker. Does Liberty Hill have one more?
That's it. They called one early to talk about it.
Yep, they're out of timeouts. It is third and goal from the 1. Greg, do you call 2 plays here?
I mean, you have to with 15 seconds left.
But do you have time? I don't know if you have enough time. If they fail to get in here, I'm not sure you have enough time.
If it's a quarterback sneak,
Oak Cliff is going.
I would not put it past Coach Walker to put number 10 under center and just let him roll. But Vickers also can push it in. You're on the half-yard line here. And I think if you do that, Tim, if you do that right there from just a quarterback sneak, you can get up and do it again.
Liberty Hill down 14-7 with 15 seconds left to go until halftime. They are out of timeouts. I'm not sure they can run 2 plays. If they run it and fail to get in, Oak Cliff will probably just sit on some of the Liberty Hill players and not allow them. But you know they'll try if they don't get in. They got 2 plays right now. Up the line, Jackson Harrison up the line, the center for Liberty Hill. Vickers takes a snap, hands off to Andon Thomas, right side, and it's a touchdown! Touchdown, Panthers!
Number 2 for number 10. Thomas off the right side. He is absolutely jacked. Could not ask for a better ending. Terrible start to the ball game. Excellent ending to this half. Panthers get the 3 and out, then go right down the field. Thomas punctuates it. And they are an Ethan Minnick's point after away from tying this game up and shutting up half this crowd.
Snap is back, the kick is up, and it is good in this game. And the state championship of 5A Division II is tied now at 14. There's 11 seconds left, Greg. Liberty Hill still has to kick the ball off. Oak Cliff has the athleticism and the speed to try to throw it downfield.
No doubt. Half not over. They're not going to kick it deep and allow them to have that big return. So you expect a pooch kick off the left side or the right side, and then you're going to have to deal with a couple of bombs. You're going to have to deal with a couple of plays maybe down the field from Jennings.
And Greg, you have to pooch kick it again. You can't give them an opportunity to return the ball, right? 100%. Now, Ethan Minnick has the ability to kick it out of the end zone. He's not going to do it.
No.
Right? And they're not going to change anything up right here. But my point is then you give them an opportunity with 11 seconds. They're not going to fair catch it, Greg, right? Probably not. They're going to try to return this, but which is going to eat up a couple more seconds. Wow, this is like a chess match, Greg. It's fun to think about what's fixing to happen and actually what will happen, when more than likely we're probably wrong with all of it. One thing we do have right is the pooch kick to the left-hand side. It is going to be fair caught at the 34-yard line, and I think they told him to fair catch it, Greg, to save all 11 seconds. Because had he tried to run it, even if a couple of yards,
it would have ticked a few off.
Ticked a couple seconds off. So well coached by Oak Cliff right there. Fair catch this ball if they pooch kick it, so we have the time. They actually have 2 timeouts left on their side, so they actually could run a couple of plays, Greg, to get closer, and we might see that here. Liberty Hill knows they're not going to run the ball. They're going to put it up. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Snaps back. And the quarterback's going to run it, Greg. Wow, I'm surprised here, Greg. Fake handoff, run up. There's 2 seconds, 1 second. They're going to let it run out. Greg, wow. Oak Cliff was content to go into the locker room without a shot.
Wow. I cannot believe that they did not take a chance with their Division I commit at quarterback who can absolutely throw the ball a mile.
Wow.
Why not take a shot downfield against these Liberty Hill Panthers who they have seen they were able to do that on?
Greg, you had a shot to throw it 40 yards downfield. Number one, if he gets it, touchdown, right? Number two, have an opportunity for pass interference and still clock time on the clock. If he throws it down 30 yards downfield, gets a pass interference, he's at that point about the 25-yard line.
And you know that your offense is not going to go back out on the field. That's the only play they're going to have from the time they were leading to now that they're tied, and now the Liberty Hill offense is coming back on the field.
I don't understand.
They had one play right there to at least do something, maybe two.
And two timeouts.
You can get a quick play down the field and have 5-6 seconds left, maybe chuck one to the end zone, do something. You left an opportunity there on the field. It could be their undoing when you talk about later on in this
100%.
game. When you talk about
100%.
Liberty Hill did the same thing. They started off the game. They tried to do something crazy. But that right there was a coaching decision to not go for it when he went for the straight run. Tim, wow. Against Liberty Hill, that is just, when you're trying to say, hey, look, it's good enough, we're going to just go in and let the Panthers off the hook here. The Panthers gladly take that last play.
Greg, we saw a mistake a couple of games ago from a coach that did something similar when we thought they might go for it on fourth down. He didn't go for it, right? I remember a couple of games ago that we did something very similar. Greg, awesome first half. What a change in the second quarter for Liberty Hill. Just turned the switch, turned it around.
No, it was really started by the defense, and they were able to come back, make some 3-and-outs, and get the ball back to the offense that started to churn, get some things working off the left side. Noah Long with some big runs, Joe Pitchford with some big runs, Reese Vickers with some timely hands to hang on to the ball. No turnovers on either side of the ball, although we know for a fact that Colin Brandt should have had that one, but still he forced the 3-and-out, and the Panthers are able to tie this ball game up when they were down in the state championship 14-0, and just goes to show what kind of heart these guys have and how well how well coached they are and how hard they're going to fight.
Well, stay tuned for the second half as we are going to take a break here at halftime. We'll be back for the second half. We're going to leave you with the crowd mic and the bands and the entertainment going on here at halftime. Thank you guys for listening for the first half. You're listening to Liberty Hill Football and Vype Sports, and we are tied at 14.
Football Booster. Football family, the Panthers need you. Support the Brotherhood and support the purchase of equipment, uniforms, multiple scholarships, and much more. Just go to lhpantherfootball.com and sign up. Show your support this year. Be a Liberty Hill High School football booster. Find out more at lhpantherfootball.com. Business sponsorships can also get in contact at lhfbsponsorships@gmail.com.
Liberty Hill has piled up 208 yards total for the game. Comparatively, I think it's 145 for Oak Cliff, their total yards, both of them with 9 first downs apiece. And Liberty Hill is led by Pittsford, who has 9 attempts, 116 yards, with that big, long 62-yard touchdown run. Noah Long, 11 carries, 60 yards. And Andon Thomas, 4 carries for 27, but more importantly, he got the 2 touchdowns, Greg. Great second quarter showing by the Panthers.
Yeah, we were just talking at halftime about what a turnaround it was, and how South Oak, realizes they're in a dogfight now, and how important every possession is, how important every down is in a game of this magnitude. It's 0-0. Played to a draw and a stalemate, and Oak Cliff came out and punched him in the mouth. 2 excellent touchdown passes, 1 on 4th down. Jennings whipping the ball all over the field, and the Panthers really weren't able to contain them there early, but the defense turned it around, and the running game started going. And really what was still a little mind-boggling to both of us was how South Oak went into the half with 11 seconds left on the clock. I just don't even understand it.
And again, we're not coaching, and we don't know the situation, but nonetheless, Greg, that they made a decision to just pack it in and go in with 11 seconds. They had 2 timeouts left on the board. They had the speed and the quickness to try to get something right off the bat, get some yardage, and make a shot down towards the end zone. But Greg, we're not coaching. We're not hired to do that. We're hired just to call the action. But we're also hired to tell it like it is a little bit. And
that's one of the best parts about doing this job. And I did little air quotes because we're fortunate enough to be here, and the Booster Club, Sean Lapazinski, president of the Booster Club, and the Booster Club in general, they support us and Vype and let us come out and call these games, and really it's just such an honor to be here.
Yep.
And just talk football and watch these games as 2 guys that have played the game. We love the game. We've seen this Liberty Hill team play hundreds of games,
right?
And so to watch them here at the pinnacle, at the end all be all, and to watch some of those little things that may make the difference in the game, they're so magnified, right? At this level, in this game, every single decision is so magnified because it really is, there's no tomorrow.
Well, give a couple of shout-outs from some of our listeners. A shout-out to our friends Scott and Shelley listening in from the deep woods of East Texas and listening to the game. And thank you guys for listening. Adrian Villanueva has a fact. Andon Thomas is number 8 in the nation in tackles, behind by 26 tackles only. And Liberty Hill's offense is 4th in the nation in rushing. And among sophomores, Noah Long is currently 8th in yardage in the entire country.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's some amazing stats.
And, for Andon Thomas to be 8th in the nation in tackles, and listen, no disrespect, there's a lot of good defensive players on this team, right?
Absolutely.
And so for him to have as many tackles as he does when he's got some good help, shows you how active he is on the defensive side.
And also, he has the only 2 touchdowns in the game. How cool is that?
Yeah.
8th in the nation in tackles. Also, he's scoring.
Yeah.
He's scoring touchdowns for the Panthers. When he gets down inside the 5-yard line or the 2-yard line, they're going to give it to big number 10 and let him rumble.
And a big shout-out from Jen to the high school band, the drill team, and the color guard. They did an amazing job representing the Panthers. Great job. And again, one more shout-out from my friend Malcolm and Debbie and Brandon Terry, who are listening to the game. somewhere. Malcolm just texted me, and here we go for the kickoff. Oak Cliff kicks it off, and Noah's going to catch it at the 15-yard line, across the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35, the 40, 45, knocked out of bounds and right at the 50-yard line. Greg!
These guys are going to figure out not to kick it to long. Nobody kicks it to him all season long, and that is why, if he has a chance, he is going to rumble. And I have a feeling, should they have to kick it off again, 21's not going to see it.
Greg, and they don't seem to be afraid.
Nope.
And they don't seem to just, come on, our Jimmy Joes are better than yours. The ball is on the 47-yard line. Hand off to Noah Long, left-hand side. He gets hit, gets across the 45 to about the 44-yard line. It'll bring up second down and about 7. Just starting here in the second half, it is tied. Greg, he beat his running, Chance Pogue into the hole. It plays running so fast.
He really did.
2nd and 7. Handoff left-hand side to Andon Thomas. Gets to the 40, to the 39-yard line. Close. About 3 yards short of the first down, to bring up 3rd and 3.
Off to the left side again goes Thomas and Long. They're going to just keep picking on the left side of that defensive line.
3rd and 3. Handoff to Pitchford, left-hand side. Stretches it out. Has enough for the first down. Gets just the 3 or maybe 4 yards he needs to the 36-yard line to move the chains. 1st and 10 for the Panthers.
Well, it's no secret what's happening right now. We have seen of the past maybe 15, 16 plays, almost all of them have gone to the left. The only one that hasn't was Thomas on the 2-yard line for the touchdown. Everything else has gone to the left side.
Vickers hands off left inside straight to Andon Thomas. The flag is going to go Liberty Hill.
They moved it a little bit.
And that's not what this type of offense wants, because they need they like that field position on these downs and distances, and putting it 1st and 15 is not how they wanted to start that 1st and 10 play.
Pitchford moved a little early there on that one, and it cost them.
1st and 15 now, backed up to the 41-yard line. They are in Oak Cliff territory. This game is tied at 14. 10 minutes, 20 seconds left to go in this 3rd quarter of play at the state championship game in 5A Division II. Vickers takes a snap. Inside handoff to Pitchford. He gets to the 35. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a little bit more. Going to bring up 2nd down and a long 9.
Good hard run off the middle there. A little backwards handoff play in this offense. The shoe on the turf, Tim.
2nd and 9. Ball's on the left-hand hash. Jackson up the line of scrimmage, the center. Handoff Noah Long, and he gets hit right at the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 2nd and a long 9, almost 10 yards.
And that's what I was expecting, maybe a little bit sooner, was a stunt, a blitz, some kind of flow for the linebackers to just angle that side. And that was just the coaching staff for South Oak Cliff saying, we are gonna slant our defense to the right and see if we can put a stop to this offense.
3rd down and 9, almost 10 yards needed. Vickers takes a snap, pitches out wide to the right-hand side. Noah Long gets to the sideline, gets knocked out of bounds about the 22, 23-yard line. Very close to a first down, Greg.
I think he got it. I think he dove and he got it.
Actually, 26-yard line.
Oh, there's a flag on the play.
Looks like he's signaling holding.
They're talking about it now. They see the flag on the play. Noah Long thinks he got it. He was pointing for the...
I think he's short of the first down.
They haven't talked about... Oh, they're talking to Coach Walker now on the side. So it looks like it's against Oak Cliff.
And it's going to be a field position thing. Do you want the distance? Do you want the down back? And the distance of the penalty. So it might be offsides, yes. They're going to take the penalty, Greg, because they want the down back, right? The yardage-wise, they'd have been closer, but they'd have put them at 4th and about 1, Greg. So they're going to take, I think, the 5 yards from the penalty and get the down back. I don't blame him for this call, even though it would have been 4th down and a 1 or 2. Now he's got 3rd and 4. So giving up a couple of yards, but getting the extra down back. Vickers under center. Pitches out right-hand side, cuts back by Pittsford, gets across the 30. About to. Greg, he's right back at where he was. It's going to be 4th down.
It really is. They're going to just make a decision again.
Yep, 4th and 2.
You absolutely feel like this is going to be that the Panthers are going to go for it here.
Oh, no doubt.
I'll almost guarantee they're going to go off the left side. But the last 2 plays have come off the right now, so they're just trying to maybe, keep South Oak Cliff.
Here we go.
Keep
4th
guessing.
and 2. 8.5 minutes left to go in this 3rd quarter. Play tied at 14. 4th and 2. And so hand off to Andon Thomas. He has the 1st down and more across the 25. Still on his feet. Down to the 20-yard line. Still on his feet across the 20 to the 18-yard line.
My goodness. He is so big and so strong. You cannot bring him down with one man. Thomas makes contact. He had the 1st down before contact. There is 4 South Oak Cliff players trying to bring Thomas down, and he just powers through them to pick up an extra 4 or 5 yards.
1st down. Handoff left-hand side to Noah Long. He gets hit right at the line of scrimmage, and he's actually going to lose a yard back to the 20, maybe 2 yards, Greg. They hit him in the backfield.
Credit South Oak Cliff there for making a play on the ball. He was unblocked.
2nd down and 12. Ball's on the right in the middle of the field between the hashes. Vickers hands off left-hand side to Pittsford. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage, the 18-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10 for the Panthers.
3rd and 10 from here.
Actually, they're going to mark him back a little bit. 3rd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
The Golden Bears.
Greg, I'm not sure
Playing
you
some tough defense.
You fool them with a pass play here. I'm not sure being 3rd and 11 that they're going to bite as much.
No, love to see the pitch, the stretch play.
This is within Ethan Minnick's field goal range for sure. Wide side to the right. Pitch out wide to the right. Has some blockers. Pittsford gets to the sideline, run out of bounds. At well short, only a pickup of a couple yards to the 16 or 17-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down. I expect to see Ethan Minnick and the field goal unit come onto the field.
Coach Walker thinking about it.
Here they come. Let's see where he sets the tee, and we can tell you the length of the field goal.
He trusts his kicker in this situation. Minnick's one of the best kickers in the state.
Setting his tee about the 24-yard line, so this is the equivalent of a 34-yard field goal. The kick, Greg, he just hooked it. He didn't even come, he just hooked it, Greg. It almost looked hurried.
It did look very hurried, like they weren't set. That looked extremely hurried. And Minnick did hook it. Ethan Minnick.
Greg, I will tell you,
trying to get him in the game all year long, and now here he is, just gets two tough situations for him. They come up short.
Greg, and you can't, because coach they haven't had as many opportunities to have him kick field goals. It's tough. You're in a different pressure cooker, right? You're in a different situation, and you can't. He's not been able to replicate that all year. He's never had to kick. He hasn't kicked hardly any field goals, and when he has, the game has not been on the line.
We've talked about trying to get him out there and about coach running him out there, and you know how important it is for your kicker to run. And another thing is Coach Walker, in the back of his mind, he knows how good he is, and you know how well he can kick the ball. But right there, just the Panthers looks discombobulated on the set, on the snap back. Excellent offensive drive here that ate up half of the clock in this third quarter. they're going to come away empty-handed.
Folks, you still got time to give a shout-out on the shout-out line. Shoot me an email at lhfootball21@yahoo.com. lhfootball21@yahoo.com. Next year, I'm going to have to try to set up some type of text line, where they can text me, Greg.
A text line?
Yeah, because people don't email much anymore, right? So if they can text me, give me a shout-out, I'll have to work on that. I don't want to give everybody my personal phone number, but, we'll have to figure something out. But, again, if you want to give a shout-out, lhfootball21@yahoo.com, lhfootball21@yahoo.com, and Oak Cliff holds and gets the ball back now after this TV timeout. Here we go. Ball's on the left-hand hash. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Quarterback Kevin Henry Jenkins heading to play at SMU. Now 3 receivers on the right-hand side. Snaps back. Handoff right up the middle. Kicks out to the outside. Liberty will have nothing to do with that. They, again, string it out. Do a great job on the defense.
Good play by Brewer there as he comes up and makes the tackle. Brings up 2nd and 11.
3 receivers now to the left-hand side, 1 to the right. Snaps back, rolls out to the left-hand side, throws it way downfield, and it is still up in the air, incomplete. Greg, that was caught, not caught, tangled up in the defender.
He caught that ball over the back of his shoulder. It should be a fumble, Liberty Hill ball. He caught the pass.
Greg,
Tim!
He didn't have it long enough.
Catch!
No,
right
no.
there! That's a catch!
Oh!
Liberty Hill ball!
Oh!
Wow!
What?
He is that is what an athletic play there to catch that ball. Wow. Carlton Schrank on the coverage. Brings up 3rd and long.
3rd and long for Oak Cliff.
Oh, they're going to have to burn the timeout.
Wow. I think it just caught them so off guard.
It was defensively, the coverage when Jennings rolled out to his left, the coverage rolled up and came in to get that short throw, which I thought was what it was going to be, and Jennings correctly made the pass over the top, and it was a little bit of a circus catch, and now Coach Jason Todd is talking with the refs, and you're watching the replays here. We saw the pass interference in the first half that didn't get called. That one right there, borderline pass interference as well. Gotta love the selfie cam here at the stadium.
Everybody loves the selfie cam. Cam's going around to different people in the stands, and the fans love it. I'm not sure how much we love it because it takes a long time between plays.
14-14, halfway through the 3rd quarter here in the state championship.
Big shout out to my good friend Ron Chris back in Cedar Park. Here we go, 3rd and 11, 3 receivers left. Oh, flag on the play. That's got to go against Oak Cliff. False start against Oak Cliff, backing them up another 5 yards.
Now it's going to bring the screen into play. It's going to bring some kind of underneath play into the scope. Liberty Hill ready to guard that screen. We haven't seen the screen play at all.
My wife's telling you not screen.
I know that Ernie doesn't like the screen. My wife doesn't like it either. But when it works, man, it's a genius call.
3 receivers left. two now to the right. Now there's a referee.
The referee wants to get a timeout. He's got an unlimited amount of them.
He does.
And he can use them whenever he wants.
I'm not sure if they
just put a little infinity symbol next to the number of timeouts.
I'm looking at that type of play that they scored on the first touchdown. The cross the middle slant play. I'm not buying the screen.
The ref now talking to Jennings in the huddle.
I'm not sure what he's telling him here about what he's either doing something wrong or
it has to do with getting set. It has to do with the ball getting set.
Which is funny because Liberty Hill is the king of
constantly getting penalized for not being set for the full second.
Here we go. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. 3rd and very long, 3rd and 16. Snaps back, looking left, now looking right. Throws it out left, and it's complete. An incomplete pass in and out of the hands of the receiver about the 25-yard line. He would have been short of the first down anyway, but it brings up 4th down, and the punting unit for Oak Cliff has to come onto the field.
Cawley, sophomore receiver. I guess that pass was just a little too easy for him. He's the one that made the touchdown catch, the second touchdown catch from Jennings in the first half.
Yep.
That diving catch in the corner of the end zone. What a spectacular catch for that sophomore, something he'll never forget. But right there, he'll never forget that one either.
Carter Hudson standing back about right at the 50-yard line.
Liberty Hill defense
makes a stand.
Makes a huge stand here, and they have played so well since those second touchdowns. They just let the clock go down.
Yep.
Didn't want to burn that other timeout.
Wow. Backing them up 5 for delay of game. Greg, they may not care much, but again, they're kicking to Carter Hudson.
They are. Tim mentioned it about having no fear. And really, it's not about fear. It's just game theory. It's just don't kick it to the guy that can hurt you. And I think that's what's going to happen.
Kick. Going to let it bounce. It's going to stay away from it. It was short, but it's taking a South Oak Cliff bounce to the 49-yard line of Liberty Hill. That's where Liberty Hill will start this drive at their 49-yard line. Started off the second half with a really good drive, but came up short. Tried to kick a field goal, went wide.
If they are going to pass early in the down series when South Oak Cliff is not ready for it, would probably be the best time. Again, like I said, Coach Walker would be happy to not have to pass the ball at all game long. But with the way South Oak Cliff played those last couple of downs, they are moving a bunch of guys up into the box. The only way to loosen them up is to make them think about it over the top.
Got another TV timeout, so you guys got to listen to Greg and I
ramble on.
But, we'll see how this goes. Greg, now Liberty Hill has a chance since they stopped them to come back and say, you know what, let's go again. Let's try reboot. Nothing hurt. Let's go back down and score.
No, if you're Liberty Hill, you got to like exactly where this game is. You have to feel like your defense is playing well. You're containing Jennings. You're containing the running game. The defensive plan that they put together for South Oak Cliff so far has worked well. Any type of adjustments that were made for Oak Cliff have not come to fruition just yet. Doesn't mean they might not, but right now you have to feel pretty good about the game plan that's been put in place and the adjustments that have been made. Right now it's about execution, and it's about making stuff happen here on these next few drives. Right. This drive alone, every play counts. This is why you sweat and get up in the morning and lift weights and do 2-a-days and you're in film is right here, and you have to figure that's what Coach Walker is impressing on these guys, the importance of every single play.
Greg, I saw a post on the Liberty Hill football social media Saturday morning. The game was away last week, right? We drove a little bit, had to drive back, Team probably didn't get home until, 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, right? And early in the morning Saturday, the team's back up at the field house lifting, doing flush outs is what they call it.
Yep.
And and they were at work before I got back up out of bed. They were at the field doing work.
In the weight room, they all got those plates on their back jumping as a team. I've seen it.
Yes,
it's ridiculous.
Yes. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 for Liberty Hill at their own 49-yard line here in the third quarter play. Handoff to Pittsford, left-hand side. Drives his way to the 45-yard line. And a good first down play for Liberty Hill. Pickup of 6. Bring up 2nd and 4.
Pittsford. Good hard run off the left side by Pittsford.
Now in South Oak Cliff territory at their 45-yard line. Pittsford now up to 131 yards for the game. Handoff to Logan Dyer. He gets the first down as he gets to the 40. Good 5-yard run for Dyer.
Dyer got contact immediately, but then he put his head down and submarined those next couple of blocks and picked it up.
Logan Dyer, good hard runner.
I like the decorations on Dyer's helmets, too. On Dyer's helmet, he's got the pride stickers. He has them arranged. I love it. A lot of pride stickers out there, Tim.
You and I don't have any pride stickers.
0.
No, 0. Here we go. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Pitch to the right-hand side, and luckily gets back to the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Kyron Chambers, senior defensive back. He blew that play up, saw it coming immediately, and was in the backfield. That is a big defensive back.
Yeah, Pittsford couldn't get back to the line of scrimmage and lunge to get back to it. This brings up 2nd and 10. Ball's on the right-hand hash of the field, wide sides to the left. Pass play, Vickers up, throws it downfield. Underthrows his receiver.
Noah Long had a step. Vickers just didn't have the foot placement there, didn't have his feet planted to get the little oomph behind it, as he had to back up a little bit as, Noah Long was wide open.
He did. He couldn't step into it. He had a defender right in his face. And so 3rd down and 10. Handoff wide to Pittsford, trying to get blocks. Gets across the 40. Gets knocked out of bounds. About 6 yards short of the first down, maybe 7. They'll bring up 4th down, and they're going to need 7, Greg. Interesting place. They are inside their 40. Too far for field goal range, but I think they're just going to go for it. I'm not sure. They're thinking about it, but I think it's possible that they may go for it. They may call the timeout.
14 seconds on the play clock. Coach Walker thinking about it.
He's going to call it. I think he's going to call a timeout. Yep. He's going to call a timeout, and they're going to talk about it. Calls the timeout. 4th and 7. Greg, this, you run the chance here if you punting it out of the end zone, it comes back out. You got a net gain of 12 yards, right? Mm-hmm. If it goes into the end zone, you could, and so it's too far for field goal. Although I would be ventured to say it's at that point it's a 55-yard field goal, which I think is possible. But the way that Ethan Minix, had he kicked that last one, I might say, hey, he might have a shot. I'm not so sure now.
What if you brought in Hawkins? Well, you can see that. Could you even imagine? My goodness. I doubt that would happen, but Greg,
they're going to go for it here, and I'm not sure their amount of play calls. They have quite a few of this in their play call. They just don't use them very often. And if you come up short, you're still leaving them 35-ish yards away. So I don't mind them going for it right here.
You're opening up the playbook for sure. You have a couple of quarterbacks out there, maybe 3. Pitchford can throw the ball. Suchek can throw the ball. Obviously, Vickers can.
Here we go. 4th down and 7 at the Oak Cliff 37-yard line. Oh, out wide goes Noah Long. They're going to call another. Wait, Greg. They called another timeout?
They did.
Were they trying to get Oak Cliff to jump?
They were.
And
now do you see the fake punt? Now do you see the hilly, I believe they called it.
I thought you call it the hilly.
That's it. It is the hilly. Ann Thomas back.
Punting units on the field. And Ann Thomas is standing at his own 45-yard line. The snap is back, and he is going to punt it. And you want to get it before it goes into the end zone. It's going to bounce around the 10, inside the 10 to the 9, to the 9-yard line. Turned out pretty good, Greg.
Well, with the way your defense is playing, you can't fault Coach Walker for not going for it,
right?
Not messing around with any kind of fake punt,
right.
Crazy stuff like that, or just let your defense get out there, make something happen, put the pressure back on Jennings and this offense, which has not been able to produce since midway through the second quarter. Way before that, as a matter of fact.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. No TV timeout here. Ball's on the 9-yard line of Oak Cliff. Snap is back to hand off to the running back. Has a little bit of room. Gets to the 14, actually to the 16-yard line.
Aaron Brewer with the tackle.
It's going to bring up second down and 3. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Jennings snap back, handoff again to the running back. Breaks open, gets across the 25, close to the 30-yard line, has a first down. The two of the most successful running back runs of the day were here right now, back to back.
Absolutely good hard run there by Farrer.
Gets to the 29-yard line. First down for Oak Cliff. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Jennings takes the snap, hands it off up the middle again, but hit in the backfield, going to lose some yards. Lose maybe a yard or 2.
Lloyd Johnson in on the tackle there, and he is fired up, trying to get his defense fired up, trying to get this crowd fired up. Is number 17. He absolutely caught Farrer as soon as he got that snap. Lloyd Johnson right around his offensive lineman to make the tackle.
Minute and 15 seconds left in this third quarter of play, all tied at 14. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Jennings takes the snap, hands it off again, right inside. He's broke open down the sideline in a foot race, cuts back, tackled in Liberty Hill territory at the 40. Big run for Oak Cliff. That is Keandra Hollywood down the line, 32-yard gain. Best run of the game for Oak Cliff.
He tried to put the brakes on, just slipped out underneath him there. Probably could have picked up a few more.
2 left, 1 right to the receiver. Handoff again, right-hand side. Gets out of 1 tackle. Gets across the 35 to the 34-yard line. Oak Cliff looks like they've seen something.
Yep, they're the adjustments for Oak Cliff. They're moving their linemen just a little bit different way and getting the Panthers out. It's a game of adjustments at this point.
2nd and 3. 1 receiver right, 2 to the left. Might we see another run here as they've been successful on this drive. Snaps back, no handoff, looking for a receiver. Dancing around, under pressure now, he throws it out of bounds. As good coverage downfield by the Panther defense. We're going to take a quick break as they take a TV timeout. It's the end of the quarter, but they will take a TV timeout. Tied at 14 here as we head to the 4th quarter of play in the state championship game. You are listening to Liberty Hill Football on Vype Sports.
Be a Liberty Hill Panther Football Booster. Football family, the Panthers need you. Support the Brotherhood and support the purchase of equipment, uniforms, multiple scholarships, and much more. Just go to lhpantherfootball.com and sign up. Show your support this year. Be a Liberty Hill High School football booster. Find out more at lhpantherfootball.com.
Business sponsorships can also get in contact at lhfbsponsorships@gmail.com.
Hey, buddy, you say you wish someone was covering your favorite high school sports teams? You just couldn't make it to the game and you need to find out now what's going on? Well, my friend, your prayers are answered. Go to Vype, VYPE.com, and hit Find Your School to see what Vype is saying about your great community. See for yourself why Vype is the leader in high school sports coverage in Texas. Check us out at Vype, VYPE.com.
Back here to the start of the fourth quarter, Greg. They're doing that selfie cam again. They just showed two guys in cowboy hats. Oak Cliff or Liberty Hill?
I mean, there's no doubt those boys drove straight up from Liberty Hill.
There's definitely some school spirit going on, but I have to agree with you. The two cowboys were from Liberty Hill and not from the Dallas area. But they are loving that. Loving the candid cam here at AT&T Stadium. Did it up right here. I think you were talking about that, Greg, not too long ago, how they built this right.
Absolutely.
Nothing was spared as far as cost.
It is a cathedral, just a coliseum dedicated to the gridiron.
Did you see all the pictures up and down the hallway?
I tried not to look at them when I came in.
Well, some of the opponents there, I think, were Eagles.
I'm sure they would love to put my birds all over this stadium.
Do you see they have the cars down here for sale, Greg?
There's cars in the stadium. It's
cars.
like a Matchbox cars. They're just stacked.
They are.
And by the water fountains here in the end zone.
All right, here we go. Let's start this fourth quarter, all tied at 14. Oak Cliff has the ball in Liberty Hill territory, 3rd and 3. This is 4-down territory for them for sure. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Might we see another run here? Man in motion. Handoff right up the middle. Nothing doing. Panthers get all over that. He's even going to lose a yard on the play.
Brandon Thomas fired up after that tackle. The Army commit straight up the middle, stops the run nowhere.
Reed Bynum
along with Bynum, yes. He Reed Bynum all over it.
Here it is. They're going for it, Greg. 4th down. This is what they
look to see Jennings get out.
It's 4th and 5. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Snaps back, looking right, under pressure, throws it out to field, complete at the 27-yard line, enough for a first down. Wow, he was under heavy pressure, and Jennings was able to get it away.
Jennings, fancy feet there, able to create a few more seconds. As Bynum had a shot at him, just missed him.
First down for Oak Cliff. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Snaps back, handoff, kicks out to the right inside, across the 25, the 20, the 15, still on his feet. Finally tackled at about the 12-yard line. First down for Oak Cliff.
Good hard run by Hollywood there as he's starting to really get his feet underneath him. Some stiff arm there. He manages not to go out of bounds, cut back in.
What a great name, Kendra Hollywood. You know, as a name. And we're in a house. Cowboy Hollywood Henderson played for the Cowboys for years, but that wasn't his real name. This guy's last name is Hollywood. Handoff, Hollywood again, right side. He gets tripped up, gets inside the 10 to the 9.
He's kicking himself because he knows there was nothing but pay dirt in front of him. He's looking over his coach saying, "Give it to me again, coach." And Thomas, the shoestring tackle by Thomas. He just put his big paw on Hollywood's ankle and brought him down.
It's third down now, second down, 2nd and 7 from the 9-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Man in motion. There's movement. They're going to back them up 5. There's a lot of movement on the left-hand side of the Oak Cliff.
In the grand scheme of penalties, not the worst penalty there for Oak Cliff. The end line becoming the 12th man, so to speak, the 12th defender, and allowing the defensive backs and safeties for Liberty Hill to guard in front. Now with a little bit more space, it's going to open up possibly some more plays, or definitely some more opportunities for Jennings to find people underneath. So not a huge penalty there for Oak Cliff. 2nd
and 12 now as it's backed up to the 14-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Inside pitch to the receiver in motion. He gets across the 15 to the 12-yard line. They're going to mark him down there. He gets 5. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage. He'll bring up 3rd and 10.
And Thomas pulled him back there.
So 3rd and 10 for Oak Cliff. And Thomas having a good game both on the offensive and defensive side. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Jennings takes the snap, looking right, tucks it, going to maybe run himself, looking for a receiver, throws it to the end zone, incomplete pass. It brings up 4th and 10.
Excellent pressure by the Panthers, but even better coverage. Nobody open on the right side for Jennings. That's where he was looking. And they're going to run the kicking team out, it looks like, Tim. And as I said before, was doing a little research on these guys, taking a look at Dave Campbell's.
Well, let me just point this out. Number 1, Dave Campbell's was written
Absolutely. They just said that it was one of the weaknesses on this team was the kicking. So we'll see if they had a chance to work on it.
In comes Diego Varela, the kicker. What is going to be a 29-yard field goal attempt. The kick is up, and it looks good, and it's good, and Oak Cliff takes a 3-point lead, 17-14, with 8.5 minutes left to go in this to the end of the game. Liberty Hill has had their chances here in the second half, Greg. They've put together 2 decent drives to get them into position and have come up empty.
Thanks to Merle Bertrand, the man back at the mothership, making sure that all of our audio is good and everything's up and running. Merle said, "Wow, what a game, Tim!"
It is
state championship here, 17-13, going into it's the fourth quarter.
What
a ball game!
It's no Pee-wee football game, that's for sure.
It is not a Pee-wee football game like that.
Not a Pee-wee football game. This is big boy football. Merle knows his football. Knows we are in a good contest here. If you're listening and Liberty Hill instills this system into their Pee-wee football program. So they're running a lot of these plays and formations at the youth level in football. So it's ingrained in them from a young age. All right, let's see if they'll kick off to Carter, Hudson, or Noah. Long kick is away, and they do, and it's going to be caught and caught by Noah Long, but he gets hit by his own teammate Carter Hudson right at the 10. They were both going for it and knocked him down for no return. That is a big. They had a little bit of room in front. They could at least got 10 yards of it back, maybe 15. But here we go. Panther offense on the field. Handoff right-hand side. Pickup of about 2 or 3 yards by, looks like, Pitchford on the carry.
Tough way to start that with Noah and Carter trying to get that ball. They're both so anxious to get it because no one ever kicks it to them.
Yep. Vickers calls the play in the huddle. Up the line of scrimmage they come. Vickers pitches it right to Noah Long. Gets wrapped up for a very short gain, gets to the 18-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 3, maybe 2. Yep, 3rd and 2.
Good blocking there. Noah decided to take that ball outside instead of following his blockers.
3rd and 2, up the line of scrimmage. The offense comes. Hands off to Pitchford. He has the first down and more. Gets out to the 30-yard line. First down, Liberty Hill.
Great job there by Ashton Stoker. I'm sorry, that was Kerry Williams on the tackle. If Williams doesn't grab him, Pitchford is off to the races.
First down for Liberty Hill at their own 30-yard line. Offense comes up to the line of scrimmage now, under set. Vickers takes the snap, hands off to Andon Thomas, and he gets 2 hard yards. His helmet comes off in the process. He's going to have to come out. Greg, you don't know this probably, but the football team all dyed their hair, bleached their hair this week. So there are a lot of
I see that there's a lot of blonde. I see there's a lot of blonde out there when those helmets are coming off.
I tried to get on board with them this week, just couldn't do it.
Yeah, me too.
Pitch right-hand side, Pitchford, he gets hit right at the original line of scrimmage. Very little there as he gets hit and brought down. They'll bring up 3rd down. After a gain of 2, it's 3rd and 6. Liberty Hill has churned out 274 yards on the ground already. Oak Cliff leads by 3, 17-14. There's been a lot of great games here.
I don't know if they're going to have time to get this one off. Oh, yeah, they will.
A lot of great games this week, and state championships is another one. And timeout Liberty Hill. They had to call the timeout, Greg.
They did. It was close as I was looking there. They were trying to think about what play they were going to run.
And that brings them down to only 1 timeout left for the game. Oak Cliff has 2. 5 minutes and 41 seconds left to go in this game. Liberty Hill has the ball, but a long way from pay dirt.
3rd and 6 here. 5:41 left in the 4th. They're down 3. This is a really big play here for these Panthers. Have to dial up something. Again, that student body sweep. Tim, they're doing the show off your babies cam here at the stadium. You gotta love it. That student body sweep, if blocked right, can spring them for a long way.
Yeah, I hear you, and I don't think it's a pass play.
No, I'm saying the pitch out to the pitch out either way with the sweep. I think it's called, what is it, 226?
227, 228. Greg, that might be it. They've not done that play in a while. Not done the play, but they're definitely thinking about it. They took a TV timeout during this timeout. And Greg, the wide side of the field is towards Oak Cliff's bench. How important it is when people run to your own side of the bench, Greg? What's the philosophy in that?
As far as the play is concerned, you're going to look at what's going to be best for you. At this point in time, I think all that goes out the window. I think you're just going to try to, dial up what's working best for you, where you can make the most on that pitch play. They were so devastating in the second quarter off to the left side. South Oak Cliff seems to have cleaned that part up. But that student body pitch, when they get it out and Vickers will actually push that pitch out two-handed. He's like a bounce pass in basketball, and he shoves it out a good 4 or 5 yards to the running back, whether it be Pitchford or Noah Long. I would love to get cute and do all kinds of crazy things, but at this point in time, you just gotta. Tim, what do you say? You gotta dance with the date you brought.
That's right, Greg. And again, they only need a few yards here to make fourth down a possibility as well. So don't think that if they don't get it, they won't go for it here. If they get close with 5.5 minutes left, I think they're going to go for it on fourth down if they can make it more manageable. Here we go. Vickers up the line of scrimmage. Inside handoff, nothing doing. Fooling nobody to Noah Long, and it brings up even maybe lose a yard. It's 4th and 6. Punting unit comes on the field.
Yep, you got to punt it away. You can't. You can't even get anywhere near it. They tried to get them, maybe having them thinking the same thing everybody else does. They're not going to go up. They're going to go out wide. They're going to do something crazy. They just went right up the middle.
Punting unit comes onto the field. Andon Thomas standing about the 20, skips back to him. He's still looking. Oh, Greg, he's going to try to run. He's down the sideline. He has the first down.
Andon Thomas, he's the All-State middle linebacker. He's got 2 touchdowns, and they're going to throw a flag. I was excited about it, but they're going to throw a flag. I wonder what's going to happen here, where it's at.
The offense for Liberty Hill still come onto the field, Greg.
It absolutely is. Thomas picked it up, thinking about where it is down the field. Maybe they...
I think it's... Where's the flag?
I can't see it.
Greg, both the punting unit and the offense for Liberty Hill still on the field. Oh, it's against Liberty Hill. Wow. It's going to get backed up. Oh, there's a hold right there. Oh, grabbing the jersey.
Well, if he didn't hold them, they wouldn't have got the first down. So it was, he absolutely had to grab a fistful of jersey there.
Yeah.
Or Thomas would not have made it.
Here we go again after the penalties backed him up even more. Andon Thomas standing about his 11-yard line, snaps back. He's going to, oh, wow, he's looking to throw it. He throws it downfield, Greg. And incomplete pass, there's no flags. Wow, Greg. That, now Oak Cliff has the ball at the 19-yard line, or 24-yard line. Wow. Some people wanted interference, but now Oak Cliff has the momentum and they can, like a shark smelling blood in the water, they're coming out fired up, Greg.
Only one timeout left for Liberty Hill. The Panthers here have to make something happen on defense.
Look for a run here, so they don't want to throw it up. Hand it off to the running back up the middle, nothing doing. Tackled, maybe a loss on the play or get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Reed Bynum on the tackle. South Oak Cliff not in any hurry at all to get back up to the line of scrimmage. They're content on letting this clock just run down.
Panthers trying to get the ball back. Oak Cliff letting the clock run down as much as possible. Only thing for them that could hurt them is an interception or a fumble. They're going to throw it out to the right-hand side. It is complete about the 17-yard line. Liberty Hill's trying to strip it, unable to do so. It'll bring up 3rd down and short But more importantly for Oak Cliff, it gets them closer in field goal range if they were unable to pick up any yards here.
I just don't think that field goal is even going to be on the table at this point in time, Tim. I have a feeling that Oak Cliff is not going to want to give this ball back to Liberty Hill. If they don't get it here, I just think they're going to go for it again.
3 minutes and 25 seconds left. Liberty Hill trailing 17-14. Oak Cliff with the ball. Snaps back. Hand off to the running back right inside. He gets across. He's going to trot into the end zone for a touchdown for Oak Cliff. Greg, they loaded up the box.
They did. They loaded it up. And Oak Cliff made them pay. And they take a 9-point lead. More importantly, a 2-possession lead.
Right.
And this Dallas heavy crowd, this South Oak Cliff heavy crowd erupted.
Now the point after attempt for Diego Varela. Kick is up, and it bounces off the upright for no good. And Oak Cliff up 23-14 has a 2-score game. 3 minutes and 12 seconds left to go in this game. Liberty Hill is going to be pulling out some plays that they typically don't run, Greg, and that doesn't bode well for them in this situation.
No, it's a tough. It's just a tough situation here now for the Panthers, playing from behind with no timeout. Well, one timeout. Oh, it was a heartbreaker. That hold really was a tough play call for the Panthers. They decided, Andon Thomas decided to fake it.
Yeah. Greg, you wonder if that was a design play or he gets his option to do it. Not sure. He looked unsure as he was doing the play. I really thought he was fixing to punt it. Liberty Hill finds himself into a hole that may be too big to get out of. 3 minutes, 12 seconds left. Here they go to kick off. Oak Cliff is set to kick it away. And they do. And they kick it to Noah Long. He gets across the 25. The ball comes loose. And Oak Cliff says they have the ball. Ball came loose on the return. Oak Cliff has the ball. And that's just about going to do it for the Panthers. As he gets hit hard, ball comes loose, and Oak Cliff recovers the fumble. Greg, this second half has been one thing after another not going Liberty Hill's way, or Liberty Hill not able to, the missed field goal, which ended up being huge, by the way, right?
Yep.
The botched return after the score, right? Missing out on some yardage right there. The punt thing right there, the 2 fake punts, and then the penalty on the punt and the penalty on a run earlier. And they're just going to run the ball and run this clock out as they hand off as we tick under 3 minutes here. No gain on the play. When this game is over, Greg, here in a couple of minutes, the scoreboard's not going to indicate really how close this game was.
No. I mean, you got to tip your cap to South Oak Cliff, and they took advantage of the mistakes that Liberty Hill made here in the second half.
Right.
And they turned it into a win. They turned it into a win potentially. There's still time on the clock. Liberty Hill has a timeout left. Anything could happen, but you got to feel like it's
run up the middle. Tackle gets back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll bring up third down. We have now 2 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in this game. Clock still continuing to tick. It's now 1 minute and 55 left to go in this game.
Now they stop them here. You call a timeout, and you either force the kick or you force them to go for it on fourth. First down here is going to end it.
Snaps back. Going to pass the ball left. It is complete at the 5. There's a flag down on the play. I don't know if they may have gotten him for face mask, but it's inside the 5.
Unless it's on the offense, then this has got to be the ball game. And I don't know if he pushed off. I doubt it. We're going to possibly get pass interference on Carter Hudson. But unless he pushed off, that's just going to about do it for the Panthers.
They're talking about it here where they're going to spot the ball, who it's against. Let's see what he says. It's on the defense. They're declining it. So they'll have the ball at 1st and goal. Inside the 5-yard line. Probably about the 3. 1st and goal from the 3. And you know Oak Cliff would like to make a statement.
Really, it's just a knee here.
Yeah, that's what they're actually in the formation to do, taking a knee.
I think that is a statement.
That's correct.
You can hear the crowd as Coach Jason Todd is whipping the towel for the faithful that have come out to support this South Oak team. And they responded to their coach.
Congratulations to the Oak Cliff.
The Golden Bears.
Yeah.
State champs.
They're going to take another knee. They've been dominant in basketball in the past, and now they have a football state championships to their resume.
As they storm the field.
And that's going to do it as this clock will continue to click down and hit 0. And the South Oak Cliff Bears have won themselves a state championship over Liberty Hill. And Greg, again, this 23-14 score does not dictate how much of a nail-biter this game actually was.
Oh, no. When we left out of here last time, you felt like Waco La Vega was the better team. Like they should have won that ball game.
Yep.
I don't necessarily have that same feeling here. South Oak Cliff are the state champs, and that's why you play this game to decide who is a better team. But I tell you what, a couple of bounces here, a couple of bounces there, and this Liberty Hill team could be doing the same thing. But you can't take anything away from the South Oak Cliff Golden Bear team. They came out quick. They got punched in the mouth themselves and fought back and pitched a shutout in the second half, which is, pretty much unheard of against Liberty Hill. No one's done it all season.
And we would not have predicted Liberty Hill would come out in the second half and not score any points.
No, not the way they were playing. They played great. They played great. It just came up a little short this time.
Yeah. And Liberty Hill had a great season. Made it to the state championship, come up a little bit short like they did 3 years ago.
Official game attendance, 42,275 people here at the game. That's a lot of folks here to come watch the Panthers play against the Golden Bears. Tim, great season.
It was, bud. I had fun with you this year. I'll make my announcement to my wife now that I am going to come back next year. I hope you do, Greg. I think we have a lot of great young talent on this team. I'd like to spend some Friday nights with my wife. So I'm going to get to do that here in the next few months. But I appreciate the support our wives give us.
Amen.
To do this. They know we enjoy it. I hope they have fun listening to us. We're going to have to get them together sometime and meet each other, and maybe we'll hit dinner, but I know they support us doing this, and they know, again, we have a really good time. It's sort of our hobby. And I want to thank two more. I want to thank Merle Bertrand and Vype. You know, last year we had the door shut on us after the regular season, and Merle and Vype opened the door for Greg and I to continue to do our broadcast throughout the playoffs. And Merle, I can't thank you enough for all that you've done and allowed Greg and I to do. It's been a lot of fun, and I appreciate you allowing us to do that. And also, for me, thank you to the Football Booster Club, Sean Lapazinski and all of the board members on the Booster Club allowing us and wanting Greg and I to do these games. And we have had a lot of fun doing it, and we hope we can continue that relationship in the future.
Yes. I mean, that goes the same for me. You know, we appreciate what Sean Lapazinski and the Booster Club has done for us, Tim and I personally, but you know, you tip your cap to them, you tip your cap to Sean and all those guys, and it's one of the reasons that Liberty Hill is here in this state championship game is because of the community support and everything that those guys do, from team meals to the T-shirts to the flags to all the like I said, the meal prep and getting the team ready to go and all the little things that help get these guys out here on the field, and that is a strong Booster Club for you right there, and you know, you tip your cap to them. Came up a little bit short, but I tell you what, the goal is to get to this game, and they made it happen again, and so we really appreciate it, and you know, congrats to Liberty Hill for making it this far. Congrats to South Oak Cliff for sealing the deal and bringing home the state title.
Liberty Hill is getting their medals now on the sideline, and I saw one of the Jamie Harrison, whose son plays for Liberty Hill, give him a really good embrace there on the sideline and tell him some really good encouraging words as these players are
heartbroken. They're heartbroken.
They're heartbroken. They come up a little bit short, but these players, these younger players, the sophomores and juniors and even freshmen are going to carry the torch. They got a lot of good players coming back next year and could have another really nice run in the playoffs. So, guys, don't want to keep you any longer. I know we're probably down to 2 listeners, and it's probably our wives. but thank you all for tuning in and being with us all year long. Liberty Hill had a whale of a season, and they're going to do it again. They're going to have another good one next year. So for Greg Cerruti and myself, Tim Dean, we thank you. Liberty Hill coming up short in the state championship, 23-14 to South Oak Cliff. You have been listening to Liberty Hill football this season, all year on Vype Sports.